Welcome to our relationship horrors. I'm Meeka Nomicon, and today I'm playing for the game Dating is Hell, where dating really has become a struggle for our magical girl, especially after getting kidnapped by her demonic nemesis, who really wants to go on a date. Good evening and afternoon, human. Welcome to episode 52 of Magical Girl Lullaby. And I'm Lilibal, your supreme defender of justice, who is today going to finally stab to death that one creep, Arifus. They're really evil. Trust me on this one. Come on, I said trust me. Okay, well, let me elaborate, I guess. So, this witch, they, keep stalking me and my friends and rubbing their hides in my face. And they constantly break into my room or steal my things. Once they made a little doll of me using my hair. Who knows what the other stuff they've been up to? I'm pretty sure it's a lot. So, put simply, today I'm gonna kill them. But first, no day is complete without a bowl of Magical Girl Lilibow's Magical Lily Pad Waffles. If you don't start your day with Magical Girl Lilibow's Magical Lily Pad Waffles, well, I don't really trust you. And we can't be friends because you're an absolute witch. Hey, who turned off the lights? Aw, good morning, my sweet princess. It's lovely to see you. Well, awaken with light-hearted eyes, for I, your charming majesty, is here to grace your beautiful eyes. Actually, I? Huh, or is it eyes? Because your lovely bunny accessories also have eyes. Oh, is something wrong? Do you have a fever or something, my love? Arifus attempts to check Lilibow's temperature, but she suddenly lunges at their hand, attempting to bite it. Well, a little bit feral there, Lilibow. In a split second, they retract their hand and gently wave a finger at Lilibow. I suppose I shouldn't have interrupted you during breakfast. Oh, you look so cute glaring at me. Cat got your tongue? Or did a bunny get your tongue? Wait, the bunny got your eye. You're so confusing, Lilibow dear. Hey you! You there! Who's she talking to? Who knows? I'm talking to you. Listen the hell up. Okay, now that we have your attention, we need to brainstorm. I need to figure out how the hell to kill them. But shockingly, my 688 attempts so far have all failed. Of course they weren't all televised. Anyway, things are different now. I have you now. So, the thing is, how are we going to kill them? They are an evildoer and desperately need to die. I swear upon their stupid life. Why are they dressed so nicely today? They're making fun of me, aren't they? Lilypad, my love, are you okay? Oh my gosh, I was thinking. They scared me. Why does the universe hate me? Why won't they stop this train of evil doing? I'm gonna start crying if we don't figure something out fast. You need to help, Lilibel. What approach should be taken? I mean, well, we could start crying, but crying never solves anything. Clearly, calming down and being rational is the correct option. I mean, it's the only viable one. So instead, we're going to stab them with a fork. Yeah, you're right. I just have to... In a sudden, fluid motion, Lilibel propelled herself into the air, her hands snatching at a fork, as she attempted to lunge the demonic being. However, this wasn't that successful. Arifus quickly spun around her and grabbed her by the back of her collar. The curses of being short. Lilibel briefly chokes before they pulled her into their arms with a relatively calm posture. Now, aren't you the violent one? I mean, are you really surprised? I did attempt to bite you. Alas, your murderous intent wounds me so, when all I request is your affection. Why won't they put me down? Put me down! Put me down! Aw, silly Lilibal. You look as if you want to say something to me. Use your words. I can't help you if you don't talk to me. Lilibal suddenly starts crying. Amethyst freezes up at this and drops her out of shock. Lilibal collapses into the ground. Lilibal, please tell me what's wrong. Tell them what's wrong? Do it! Well, I can even tell them well, I wish you were dead is probably what's wrong. Kill them! Lilibal slipped a couple of butcher knives out of her marshmallow-like sleeves and suddenly springing at Amethyst, tries to slash them. Amethyst grabbed the two knives by the tips of the blades and tearing them free from the angry girl's hands with almost no effort, dangled the two knives just out of her reach. Okay, so this is the point where we grab a third knife and stab. Stop it! Give them back! So, you can talk. Of course, I can talk. Now give me my knives. Say please. Lilibal helplessly jumped up and down, trying to reach the knives dangling from the demon's hands. She couldn't reach, despite her best attempts, as she kept hopping on her tippy toes. Oh, you're so short and weak. Lilibal seethes, and suddenly stomps as hard as she can onto Amethyst's foot. Ah, damn! Their guard lowers as they drop the knives. However, before Lilibal can retrieve them, Amethyst kicks her to the ground with their free foot. Sliding beside her, Amethyst sits next to her with a smug look. Gently they lift her chin up to face them. Are you ready to give up and have a pleasant date with me? Do you give up? I refuse, Amethyst. Lilibal tried lunging for the knives, but Amethyst practically flipped her over with their hand against her jaw. The demon kicked at her with their foot, and her body crumpled around the area of impact. Why are you so dedicated to fighting me? We're on a date. No need to fight. They knout over Lilibal. I love you after all. I hate you. So peculiar. Your brand of flirting seems to be violence? I'm not flirting. Hush, hush. I guess I should respect you, shouldn't I? Maybe this formality and coupley stuff is overwhelming you. Do you miss the simplicity of our old dates? They moved their face closer to Lilibal's. We've never been on a date before. Sure we have. Plenty. Name one, you absolute witch. Oh, I'm a witch, am I? Someone kill me. Over my dead body. I mean, if you'd let me kill you. Anyway, we've been on plenty of dates. 689 to be exact. So wait, every murder attempt you count as a date? Interesting. So, you've also been counting? Of course I have. Did you prefer those more casual murder-based dates? Yeah. Never bring me to some place like this again. Ever. I understand. Lilibal awkwardly got to her feet and just left. As she pondered on how they could possibly conceive any of this as a date, Lilibal muttered assorted expletives under her breath. How could this witch think she liked them? They literally made her want to die. In a way, she wondered if she should give up and see if they'd get less interested. Screw it. She could kill them if it was the last thing she did. After this, the two engaged in constant dates. I mean, if you could call them dates. But one day, Lilibelle realized she couldn't beat them alone. And she sought a team. Enemies end. So wait, are we going to try a group date next time? Okay then, so like crying got her to calm down. So we started crying last time, right? And that got them to calm down. So we could just stop crying. Lilibelle suddenly begins crying an extremely large amount. She's shaking and panicking. Lilibelle? Are you okay? Please don't cry. I was only trying to make you happy. I didn't mean to upset you. Damn. You messed this up. She was supposed to be happy. What did you do wrong? Get her to stop crying. Get her to stop crying. What do I do? How does this situation get fixed? I mean, we could tell her how much we love her. Where's the fun in that? Gently reassure her that's a good option. Nope, we're gonna panic. Lilibelle, are you okay? Oh dear. This is not good. Duct tape, maybe duct tape. Shush, that disgruntled panic. Don't worry. If I duct tape your mouth, everything will be fine. Stop hyperventilating. If you breathe through your mouth after I put the tape on, you might die. Arifus turns around to shuffle through their bag. Lilibelle grasps at a fork, however, and suddenly lunges at Arifus from behind, only for her head to be smashed into the table before she could reach them. Arifus didn't even look her direction as they howled her down. There it is! The devilish buggers spin around gracefully and, swerving their hand under Lilibelle's chin, lifted the girl up a bit. Her hands were grasping, and yanking at them, or hitting them, but Arifus's arms were too long as they gently taped her over her mouth. Perfect! Oh, and you stopped crying! Your little eyebrows are so clenched. Have I ever told you I love everything about you? Arifus gently pulled her onto their lap with a gentle hug, as if they didn't hurt her moments ago. They seemed almost unaware. A hand carefully stroked at her hair as they nuzzled Lilibelle into their chest. All better, right? Don't worry. When I'm with you, I promise you'll never need to cry. A muffled sound was audible. Hush, hush. The two sat there for a while, Arifus's arms keeping Lilibelle from struggling too much. I'm really happy we went on a date together. Lilibelle's eyes start to tear up again as Arifus's clawed fingers gently wipe every tear aside. After that date, the two went home together. Lilibelle didn't really have much of a say in it, but when she tried to leave, Arifus blocked every escape. She incessantly kept trying, including stealing their phone or trying to break out of a window. She even tried flushing herself down the toilet. But every single attempt ended with Arifus finding her and bringing her back. If you leave, I won't be there for you. It'd hurt me so much if you got hurt. I want to see my friends. They don't care about you like I do, and they don't think I'm good for you. I want to see them. Leave me alone. If you don't shut up. I love when you try to act angry with me. It's cute. But you really need to learn to be obedient and loving. At least occasionally. You're getting better at it. I am noticing, but sweetie, don't disobey me. I love you. I love you too. That's right. Very good. You're such a good girl. It took a long time, but Lilibelle gave up. Together forever end. Lilibelle,
blink thrice if you need help. Okay, so why don't we try and just, have a rational conversation? See if we can make them lose interest.
Do I really need to calm down? How do I calm down? Breathing is too hard. I can't do that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Phew.
Did I startle you?
I mean, you kidnapped me and forced me to go to this. What even is this?
Ah.
Where the hell is this?
Oh, that's where that cuddly couple's cuddle buddies cuddly dinner.
Yeah, but we're not a couple.
We're not?
I want to kill you.
You're so cute when you make jokes like that.
It's not a joke. It's a promise. Who even said I'd go on a date with you?
Oh, well, when I was in your house a few days ago, I asked your mother if you'd go on a date with me. And the saint she is, she said, I see no reason to stop you. Isn't that sweet? She's quite the Cupid.
Stop going in my house.
Aw, but your mum loves to let me in.
And my mum is a witch. Stop going to my house.
Amethyst stares at her, pouting, as they lean in closer. All right, I understand. I'll ask your dad next time.
Leave me the hell alone.
Calm down. I'm asking your dad, not you. I'll make sure to ask people who aren't you from now on. I don't want to bother you. After all, you're the person my heart belongs to.
Can you not take a hint?
May I have a hint? I'm not sure how to respond.
Can I just leave?
We haven't even started the date yet. What should Lilibao do? Try to leave, I think. Lilibao gets to her feet and starts to stomp off, when suddenly Amethyst grabs her by the wrist. No, no, my lovely Lily. She yanks at her hand to try and leave their grasp. You aren't allowed to leave. We haven't even had an appetizer. And I have a gift for you.
Let me guess, it's creepy. Leave me alone, so I can go plan your funeral.
You care about me that much? I've only fought far enough to our 12th anniversary. And 6th adopted child. I didn't even think about our inevitable deaths. Lilibao, you mean so much to me. I'm sorry for not doing enough on my end.
I just, let go of me. I'd rather die than marry you.
What?
Let me go.
Does she mean that? All I ever did was love her. And stalk her friends, and steal her things, and sneak into her house repeatedly and harass her constantly despite her threatening your death. I feel terrible. How do I fix this? Believe her. I didn't know you felt that way. Amethyst lets go of her wrist.
I tell you every single day, in graphic detail, how I want to kill you. How don't you get that?
I should go.
Yeah, you should.
Amethyst glanced her way once more, but slowly walked away. After this date, the magical girl Lilibao's TV show came to a swift end. After all, a series can't persist without a villain. And Amethyst was gone, for good. In the following days, the devilish being proceeded to avoid Lilibao, stay out of her space and everything. Honestly, this was probably healthy for both of them. After all, Amethyst really didn't seem to understand her boundaries, and wasn't making enough steps to learn to respect them. They'd be happier like this. Eventually, Lilibao proceeded on with her life, and over time her strong passion to violently murder Amethyst faded. Her stress seemed to decrease significantly as well. Arifus didn't really get over it that easy, but after seeing Lilibelle in that state, they didn't want to prolong hurting her anymore. Separation end. So how about, instead of trying to kill them and them easily overpowering me, why don't we just wish you were dead?
I wish you were dead! Just die already! You're literally scum. Stop harassing me already! I've told you a good 1,000 times just to leave me alone.
Harassing you? Nonsense! I'm not harassing you. Lilibelle glanced away, letting out a frustrated, disgusted breath of air. Arifus gently grabs her by the hand and lifts her to her feet as if she was weightless. See, I'm nothing but your gentle majesty, who adores you so.
Goddamn die!
Now, that's simply unacceptably unnice.
I don't care. You deserve to die.
Lilibelle, you don't have to be so hurtful. I just want to treat you well. Arifus gently spins her and she yanks free to hit the ground again. Why are you so dedicated to hurting yourself? They gently kick her over with their foot. If you're a masochist, it's a real shame because I would never hurt you. They grind the heel of their shoe into the crook of Lilibelle's back. Whatever am I going to do with you, Leela dear? She lets out a grunt of pain as they press their foot harder against her. I'm certainly sure your mother would absolutely loathe how you've been treating me, wishing me dead. Spinning their foot off the girl and crouching beside her, they gently lifted her up by the chin, her feet being lifted to hover off the ground. After how dedicated I am, can't you just be quiet for once and stop telling me how much you hate me? But of course, you don't hate me, Lilibelle.
Choke on crap! Maybe try being less dedicated and leave me alone for good. I hate you.
Ah. With a swift slide of their hands, Lilibelle's body went flying into the wall, and with close, calculated movements, they made their way to her body. Squatting in front of her, Arifus just smiled directly at her, as if they had done nothing. Are you ready to apologize? Lilibelle suddenly slips a knife out of her sleeve, and with a swift movement, attempts to stab them. But suddenly, Arifus's foot lifted and stomped her knife-wielding hand onto her chest. Stop making noise. I'm just stopping you from being violent, sweetie. Stop. There are sounds of things cracking as they continue to press their foot onto her chest. Just be quiet and let's just try to enjoy this date. Wait, did we just kill her? Yeah, let's enjoy our date. Moving their foot free, they lifted up the limp body and gently placed it back onto the seat. Returning to their own seat, they just smiled at Lilibelle as her body slumped forward in the seat. See, this is nice. So nice. The date proceeded silently, one-sided, and eerily, until they decided to bring Lilibelle back with them. After all, there were no complaints. Arifus deluded themselves to think everything is okay. The smell of rot began to increase more and more. They couldn't get rid of it. They couldn't get themselves to part with their one true love. They couldn't accept the truth of their actions. As they absorbed themselves in this filthy fantasy, they deserved not 1 ounce of pity. After all, it was all their fault, what they had done. And someone wasn't with us anymore. Dead end. literally in this end. Okay, so how about we try and get a good end? We'll gently reassure her. Lullaby. She doesn't respond. Arifus briefly pauses before gently putting her hand on hers. She tenses up at this, but starts to go a bit stiller. She slowly starts shaking less. No matter what, she avoids looking anywhere close to Arifus. Lullaby, are you okay? If you can't talk right now, it's okay. Take your time. I messed up here somehow. I don't know what I did wrong, but I want to make it right, okay? After a few moments, Lilibao glances their way. Why did you do this? Do what? Why do you keep dragging me around and messing with me and talking to my friends? But you keep acting like you don't have a clue. Am I bothering her? I just wish you'd die already. You don't mean that. Don't tell me what I mean. Just leave me alone. No, I want to know what I'm doing wrong. Well, I don't know. Let's start with how you kidnapped me. What? No, I was just escorting you to our date. I'm glad we could clear all of that confusion, sweetie. I never agreed to go on a date with you. Oh, well, you're here now, so we ought to make the best of it. Whatever. Fine. But if you annoy me, I will harvest your organs. Aw, but sweetie, dissection always terrifies you. We don't even have that class together. It's college. Sometimes I sit in. Never mind. What do you do on a date anyway? So like, this is a date, right? What do we do? You literally stalked me. You should know full well I know nothing about dating. Oh yeah, you're a complete creep. Of course you've never been on a date. The magical girl grumpily folded her arms as she rolled her eyes. Well, we should make conversation, of course. About? Well, if you don't know what we're doing, I'll just leave. Wait. Okay, how about this? What's that magical girl show you keep talking about? I'm a magical girl. You're my villain. Oh, why would I be a villain? That's silly. There's so many reasons. How about this? You tried killing my friends at least 16 times. One of my friends is in a wheelchair thanks to you. That was an accident. Besides, are you even a real magical girl? You don't even have a transformation. I sewed a dress, and I have a knife. And you're an evil demon dedicated to ruining my life. I don't want to ruin your life. I want to improve it. By inserting myself into it. There's the catch. Well, anyway, what's your favorite thing? I have a few. You know what? I like drawing. Why not drawing? Oh, really? I didn't even know. What kind of subpar stalker are you if you don't even know I like drawing? Shameful. And I thought I knew everything about you. Oh, I drew pictures of you and violently destroy them. I burnt a few yesterday on a skewer. Oh, so you do think of me? Are you stupid? Well, how about you ask me a question now? I don't wanna. Well, if you do, we can finish up with our date. Fine. What should I ask them? Okay. Do you enjoy toying me? You can't just leave me alone. Why can't you respect me? For once, there we go. You don't think I respect you? You don't! You never have. Arifus looked bewildered, as if this possibility never occurred to them. But I've always thinking of you above everything else. If that's not respect, what is? I mean, that sounds more like obsession, but go off, I suppose. There we go!
That's obsession.
Obsession?
Do I have to spell everything out for you? You know, you won't listen no matter how hard I try, because you don't respect me. You treat me like I'm some sort of object.
Do I?
What?
Well, how do I respect you?
Why should I teach you? You've been a nightmare to me for years. Well, for starters, harassing me and not leaving me alone regardless of my complaints is disrespectful.
Amethyst pulls out a little notepad and they scribble notes on it. They look up at Lilibelle expectantly as she seems somewhat confused at the fact that she's being listened to.
And, you can't keep breaking into my house or doing things with my items without my permission.
Amethyst eagerly scribbles this down.
You can't talk over me and ignore my opinions ever.
Have I done that?
Yes?
Oh.
Overall, treat me like a person instead of an idea.
I'm sorry that I didn't treat you correctly to begin with.
It's whatever.
No, I should have listened to you long before now. You don't have to say yes, but if I could possibly have another chance, it'd mean the world to me.
Why should I say yes?
Well, if you say no, I'll leave you alone and respect that.
I'll give you one chance. That's it.
Lilibelle let out a loud exhale at this and basically furrowed her brows.
Friday at 6, you can pick the place. We'll have a nice date and maybe things will evolve from there. I don't care. But if you treat me in a way I don't like, you're dead to me.
I won't let you down. The days went by after this event as Lilibelle chose to give the demon another chance. And shockingly, the date went really pleasant overall. The two went to a carnival. Amethyst even won her a frog stuffed animal at one of the booths. Overall, it was a cute, overly perfect date, and the two ended up being really happy together moving forward. That really is the fantasy end, huh? Well, I hope you enjoyed that playthrough of Dating as Hell. I think I should point out that violence and attempted murder should not be used as an appropriate flirting method. This is not going to end well. Don't do it! If you want to check out another video featuring a cute bunny girl, why not check out my playthrough Has Your Dream of Dating a Cute Bunny Girl finally come true? And if you've enjoyed your time here, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to this channel. But other than that, have a spooky day and I'll catch you next time, guys.